Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. So, if you guys have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments. And I have my comment section open here on the side, so gonna go through all of them and do my best to answer. So, what is happening today? Well, I did take a couple of trades. I am actually in some trades as well, which we will cover. Other than that, we have had some news in terms of fundamentals. So we're going to cover, well, let's plan it like this. So first we can go through fundamentals, then we can go through the trades I have taken, and then we can go through the technical analysis. So fundamentals are something that I have started to implement, heavily implement into my trading. And yeah, I definitely want to talk about it. I think it's very valuable for you guys as well. So listen up and try to learn something new. So basically fundamentals, well, the general story is tariffs. Tariffs news, Trump is very active. He loves tariffs. He loves putting tariffs on. I don't know why, but for some reason, it's his thing. What does this mean for the currency markets? Well, it can have a lot of implications for the currency markets. Okay, it can be very, very impactful for the currency market. If we look at, let's say, I don't know, the 4 hour, we actually had some talk of tariffs. Somewhere in here, there was talk that Trump is going to put 25% tariffs on the basically European Union or Europe. And how it usually goes, the mechanism behind it is if Trump puts 25% tariffs on a specific country, usually the currency of that country loses value against the dollar. Okay, so if Trump puts tariffs on the European Union, well, then it is expected for the euro and the US dollar to go down. But recently we have had a very big, very sharp uptrend. So the euro actually gained value against the, let me just check this out. Okay, interesting price action. But the euro actually gained value against the US dollar. What was the reason? Well, there are some rumors that the tariffs are not going to be as severe. So maybe the tariffs will exclude some things such as cars. And we know that the US imports a lot of cars. So they import a lot of European cars because they love the BMWs, they love the Audis, they love the Mercedes. And the US is one of the biggest market for European car manufacturers. So there has been a rumor that Trump may exclude automobiles from that tariff, which is bullish for the euro and the US dollar. Okay, so first there was a big scare. Trump was going to put a big tariff on Europe. And now it seems as though the tariff won't be as big. So we have had a bit of an uptrend as a reaction off of that. Other than that, well, a cool new thing that I have actually been using in the background. Let me just share. A cool new thing I have been using in the background is this. It is the Edge Finder. Okay. And basically, let me just try to bring it up like this. And this is kind of a software where you can look at the fundamentals. So instead of basically going around online and looking at all of this data and trying to paint a picture, you can just take a look at this software, the Edge Finder, and you can see which currencies or what instruments are bullish and which are bearish. As you can see, it takes into account a lot of things. A lot of things are taken into account. See, commitment of traders, retail positioning. So you want to do the same as the commitment of traders. You want to go against the retail. Seasonality tells you which months are the best for a specific currency. Trend, that's a technical indicator. GDP, PMI, sales, inflation is a big one. Employment, unemployment, interest rates, that's a big one as well. And you can filter it. So if we take out neutral, and if we take out bullish and bearish, we're just left with the strongest of the signals. So currently the software is very bullish, or the fundamentals are actually very, very bullish on gold and on the pound and the US dollar, okay? So, and they're very bearish on the Aussie Japanese yen. They're mostly bearish if we filter it like this. I mean, all of the JPY pairs are really bearish. Okay, let me just see Swiss yen. Why has it gone away here? What's happening with Swiss yen? Because I was looking at it. Now it looks like the result kind of switched. Okay, so it's bearish. So if we just filter it to, let's say, excluding bullish, very bullish, excluding neutral. Okay, so yeah, Swiss yen. Here it's bearish. So see, all of the JPY pairs are pretty much very bearish because of these reasons. So because it takes into account all of these different things. So this software definitely lowers the amount of work and the amount of time that you need to put into the fundamental research. And I have been using it for, I think, 3 months now in the background. It's great, and I definitely started to implement it in my live trading. Okay, so that's the fundamental picture. Okay, that's the fundamental picture. Some cool things that you have here is the US economic heat map. So you can see all of the numbers basically put into one software. Also, what I like is the carry trade scanner. So if you want to check out the interest rates, okay, and you want to, let's say, go long on the Japanese yen, so you want to short you want to short a JPY pair, here you can see which one has the least amount of swaps. Okay, so Swiss yen, if you want to go long on the Japanese yen, if you want to short a JPY currency pair, Swiss yen is your best bet because the interest rate divergence is around 0. Okay, so the swaps are not going to be very big. Okay, that is the general conclusion from this. Okay, let's get back to TradingView. Also, if you do want to check out the software, the link is in the description. I'm also going to post the link. Finder A1 Trading. I'll post the link in the chat. I do have a discount running. So I do have a 15% discount if you want to use it. I think this is the code. Okay. Anyway, back to TradingView. Share, TradingView. Okay, so we kind of covered the fundamentals. Let me just see, what is this? So yeah, we covered the fundamentals. Now let's take a look at some trades. So I did take an Aussie US dollar long, actually. Let's get it up. Here. Now, this wasn't really in line with the fundamentals because the software is actually kind of neutral on the Aussie US dollar. So this was a pure play of the strategy that I have been trading for years now. So basically what I saw, I saw price trending up, okay, on the 1 hour chart. So we had a nice uptrend. We had this V reversal right here and another V right here. So if you guys don't know, a V reversal is actually a bullish pattern. So this was nice. And then we had a push up, pullback, little pullback, push up, little pullback, break of the high, clean close on the top. So very nice price action. And then this was a nice break and retest. Okay, so I set a buy limit at this little high. So right at this level, kind of the minor high right here. I used the 15 pip stop loss, and this was a loss. So I got taken in. Happened during the night, basically. So why did I take this one? Sometimes, or usually, I don't wake up during the night, especially lately. But for some reason, I did wake up. Okay. So for some reason, I did wake up during the night. I went to the bathroom and then I checked the charts. I saw that AU was setting up, and also Swiss yen was setting up as well. So I took 2 trades at like 3 in the morning, or 4 in the morning my time, I think. Around 3 or 4 in the morning. So that was fun. I didn't get much sleep. So that is gonna be, I'm gonna have to get some more sleep this evening. And tomorrow we have NFP, so don't forget about non-farm payrolls. Very, very volatile event, very important event. But anyway, this was a loss. Barely took me out, and now it continued. Oh my god. Well, this is like the 10th trade in the last couple of months that basically took me out and then continued without me. But it is what it is. So I think we went 16 pips into drawdown. Let me see. Okay, around 17 pips. So my stop loss was just a little bit too small. Now we are continuing. What's the forecast for this one? Well, I still like the uptrend. I still like this price action. I think it's nice. I think the momentum is very strong. And we have this V, and again, another V, which is a bullish pattern. So you have 2 confluences. You have the uptrend, that's the first one. And you have the V reversal right there, 2 of them. And if we can continue some more, I would consider getting in on the uptrend once again. Okay, if we continue up with more momentum and some clean price action, I would consider getting in some buy setups. Now, I do have a rule with NFP. Okay, NFP is tomorrow, and I stop trading at 1 a.m. on a Friday, NFP Friday. So I don't think I'm going to get any entries, to be honest with you. I don't think any entries will form before. What was the cutoff? Let's see. So this is the cutoff. This is my cutoff time. And yeah, I don't think we will get any entries in the next couple of hours. So that is about it for the Aussie and US dollar. I do have a trade running on the Swiss yen, which is now looking like it's in some drawdown. Okay. Now this is connected with the edge finders. So I do have my old strategy, which I have been trading for years. So the Aussie US dollar trade that you just saw was taken with the old strategy. And on top of that, I'm adding another strategy, which I have started trading, live trading this week, kind of live testing, you could say. And that is a mix between the old strategy and the fundamentals. Okay, so I'm not trading only the new strategy. I'm still trading the old one, but on top of the old one, I'm adding this one. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I took a sell right here. The first reason was, if we take a look at the edge finder, so let's go back. Let's stop sharing this and let's start sharing the edge finder. Share here. Okay. Minimize. Boom. So if we go to the score history, so you can view the top setups that are for today. So these are the results for the 6th of March, but the history is the historical scores. So you can see the score from the last, I think it's a year. So you get access to the last year of data. And CHF JPY, click that. And it was just massively bearish, very bearish. As you can see right here, very bearish price action. And that was the main reason why I wanted to get in. Okay, so back to the charts. That was the fundamental play. Now let's view the technicals. So again, for this new strategy, there are two components. First, that you need the fundamentals to be very bearish. Now you can do the analysis by gathering all of the information online, or you could gather it through the software that I'm using. Okay. Second, I need an entry on this 1 hour chart. Okay, so I can kind of put it into steps. So first, fundamental bias. Okay. Second would be entry on the 1 hour. And I have been kind of forward testing this for the last couple of months. The third step would be stop loss placement on the 4 hour. And fourth step would be trailing stop loss on the 4 hour or daily. Okay, so I still haven't fully made my mind up. Okay. So fundamental bias, Swiss yen, very bearish. Also, if you want to go short the yen, it's usually very expensive. You need to pay a lot of swaps. You can view it in your MetaTrader. I have a video about it. I recently made it for the Zentum traders. But basically, in your MetaTrader, you can see the swaps. Swaps are very, very expensive if you want to go long on the Japanese yen, or if you want to sell. If you want to sell these currencies, EJ, AJ, NJ, the cheapest option if you want to go short on these currencies is the Swiss yen. Okay, that's the cheapest option. That is why I chose this pair. And the entry on the 1 hour, I saw a nice impulse right here. So that's kind of the similar thing with the old strategy. You have an impulse right here, large impulse, and then you have a flag. Here is the flag. Red candle is the entry. So yeah, red candle is the entry, and that is about it. So you may be wondering, if you have been watching me for a while, you may be wondering, well, this red candle or this flag looks like shit. And it definitely does. You have a big blue candle here. You have a huge wick right there. Blue candle, big blue candle. So kind of momentum shifting a bit right there. And a lot of warning signs is inside of this flag. A lot of warning signs. But I don't really mind it because my stop loss is much bigger because it's placed according to the 4 hour chart. Okay, so I don't mind if the actual entry is not that clean on the 1 hour. I don't mind it. We have the entry, so we have the fundamental bias, which is very bearish. We have the entry on the 1 hour. We have a flag, so strong momentum and a flag. Stop loss placement on the 4 hour. So let's see it. See, I placed it just above this high. Kind of have the trend line, but I don't really look at the trend line, to be honest. You do have this trend line on the daily chart, but it is not really something I pay a lot of attention to. It is mostly that this high is pretty significant. Why? Okay. Pretty significant high. And if the price decides to do this, I'm pretty sure that there will be a shift in momentum. This is a critical level. Okay. So above here is definitely a critical level. And if the price breaks into this level, if it stops me out, that's going to be a big problem. And I do think that then this chart is more bullish, or the chart would be more bullish than it would be bearish. So I gave it, 141.3 pips. I gave the trade a lot of breathing room. And that's the game plan. So it went into a bit of a profit, not that much, just a little bit, like maybe 0.7%, something like that. And also, I'm not doing full risk on this because this is a new strategy. I'm just starting to implement it. So I'm not doing full risk because I want to gradually increase the risk. Okay, gradually get into this new strategy. Okay. What's the game plan? Well, I'm either going to wait for the price to hit the stop loss. Let's go to the 4-hour. So I will either wait for the price to hit the stop loss and take me out, or I'll wait for the price to maybe continue and then I'll trail it. Okay. So I'll trail it on the 4-hour or maybe on the daily, but most likely on the 4-hour, like this, just above these swing highs. Basically the same thing that I'm doing for the old strategy on the 1-hour chart. I'll most likely be doing on the 4-hour chart. Okay. So that is the plan. That is the plan. That is the trade. You have here the steps that I'm looking at. Back to the 1-hour. Price does look pretty bad right now. It doesn't look the greatest. I mean, we did have a push down and then a full retrace, and now we're sitting in a bit of a drawdown. But again, a lot of breathing room right there. Pretty big stop loss. So let's see what will happen. Next one is gold, actually. Okay. So for this one, I also have a trade. And this is again with the new strategy, right? So I took the Aussie US dollar with the old strategy. It was a loss. Swiss yen in drawdown with the new strategy. Gold in drawdown with the new strategy. But there's still a lot of breathing room, and we will see what will happen. So the reasons for this one. First, fundamentals. Fundamentals are very, very bullish for gold. If we look at the edge finder, so stop sharing this, present. Okay, let's just bring it back. I'm gonna have to admit that the MacBook, I love the MacBook, so I bought it recently. But for streaming, I mean, super fast, super convenient, very easy to use. But for streaming, Windows is much better. For some reason, Windows is much, much better for live streaming and for some other purposes as well. I do love the MacBook, but I kind of miss Windows in some cases. Anyway, back to trading. I'm not gonna switch back. I'm never going back because net result is that MacBook is much better. So top setups, you can view it here in the top setups. If you search for gold, why doesn't it show? Okay, gold, just gold, very bullish. Okay, very bullish fundamental reading. We can quickly go through it. So commitment of traders, meaning the bigger players, the players with the most money are bullish. Retail positioning, retail is short, so you want to do the exact opposite. You want to go long. Seasonality, gold likes to trend, likes to go up in the beginning, in Q1 of the year. You can view that actually. Where is that? It was somewhere here. I was looking at it. Seasonality. Seasonality. Month of year. This is pretty cool. See? So in every March, gold actually made significant gains. Okay. So Q1 tends to be very, very bullish for gold. And that is the seasonality. So Q1, very bullish for gold. Trend, that's a technical indicator. I don't really care about that. I'm doing my own technical analysis. GDP, okay, sales, inflation. Inflation is going up. When inflation is going up, gold goes up as well. Okay, so the best environment for gold is uncertainty in the markets. It is when people are scared and when there is small growth but high inflation. Employment, interest rates. So that is about it. Those are the fundamentals. Very, very bullish. Very big score. Okay, very big score. It has been for a while now. We can view the history. Okay, the history of the score. And I mean, we have been very, very bullish on gold. Okay, back to TradingView. We're back. So very bullish on gold. Another reason why I'm bullish on gold, it's another fundamental reason, is look at the stock market. So the stock market is selling off like crazy. Okay. Stocks are heavily selling off. So you can definitely see it. Stocks selling off. And when the stocks are selling off, when there is panic, when there is the fear of tariffs, so people are afraid of tariffs, well, then that is a good opportunity to go long on gold. So if you view the S&P, the Nasdaq, if you view, what else can we see? Well, pretty much this is the most important. I mean, tariffs, you can't really see it exactly on the charts, but this is a sign. See the S&P 500 going down, that is definitely a sign that something is not right, that there is a bit of fear in the markets, that people are afraid, that there is some uncertainty. We have broken a key level here. I mean, we broke this trend line. We're now starting to break a big thing. MA moving average. Wait, moving average. Isn't there just like a moving average simple? SMA? Okay, let's try an SMA. So a big thing that people look at is the 200 daily moving average. Okay, and we just went into that. So this is now a key thing as well for the S&P. Very key level right there. We do have also this support holding, and we have that 200 moving average. A lot of people, I mean, Wall Street loves this line. Okay, Wall Street loves this line. You can see we broke down in October 23. In 22, we broke down. It was a big correction. COVID, okay, big correction as well. You can see how we broke the 200, bounced off of it in the beginning. See initial broke, bounce, then we just crushed lower with a lot of force. So yeah, usually there's a reaction around this level. You can see it here, just how it's pinging the 200. See here also as well. Key level, and a big indication that there is some fear in the markets, that there is some uncertainty, and that people are a bit afraid. And again, that is a good fundamental reason for us to go long on gold. So that was the plan. Then on the 1 hour, I did spot an entry. Again, for this new strategy, I'm just looking for a classic entry, either a flag or a break and retest, not really a reversal. Reversal is a kind of a reversal of momentum. But I'm looking for trend following patterns, and that would be a flag, and that would be a break and a retest. Here, it's a break and a retest. Very nice one. If this happened on, let's say, one of the pairs that I trade with the all strategy, such as these ones, I would definitely take it. So very clean, very high probability. And I was happy to take it. So here, buy limit set on this level, got tagged in. Stop loss is like 4,373 pips. I'm not sure how pips are measured on gold. I just know how they're measured on my broker, which is the most important. Okay, because you don't want to be inputting a wrong lot size. So I'm not sure if it's 4,373 pips or if it's 437 pips. But on my broker, for some reason, pips are measured in thousands, or I just put in this amount and it was fine. So yeah, basically, for my broker, the measurement is 4,373 that you use to calculate the lot size. Okay, and I use the Forex Factory size calculator, or let me see. So trading position size, Yeah, my FX book calculator, sorry. Hey Eric, what's up? I'm doing good. How are you? Great to see you again. So if there's any issues with the stream, let me know. Ahmed, why is this risk reward so big? Because this is the 1 hour chart. On the 4 hour, it looks a bit more decent. Okay. Why do I have such big stop losses for this fundamental strategy? It is because the 1 hour is full of noise. Okay. 1 hour has a lot of noise. And my usual stop loss of like 10 to 20 pips is just too small for the fundamentals to play out. So I'm using a much bigger stop loss to give the trade breathing room, okay? To give the trade breathing room and for the fundamentals to play out. Mubarak, do you have any open positions right now? Yes, I do. So I have a long on gold. I'm long gold. It's in a little bit of a drawdown, and I'm short Swiss yen. Okay, I'm short Swiss yen. I have two positions. Both are in a little bit of a drawdown, and both are fundamental plays. Swiss yen, very bearish fundamentally. Gold, very bullish fundamentally. Okay. So, and I also did buy a new FTMO challenge. I'll make an update on that in the next, I think, 1 or 2 months. When I get some trades in, I actually bought a 100K FTMO. So we will see how that goes for the road to 100K. That's kind of a series I do on my channel. You can open my channel, you can view it. So an update on that is going to be coming out in the next 1 or 2 months, depending on when I get some more trades, because I don't want to do the update and then have 0 trades. That's stupid. Boring for me, boring for you. So I'll wait a little bit, get some trades, and then I'll make an update on that. And yeah, thank you guys for the questions. If you have any other ones, if you want me to break down any pairs, definitely put it in the comments. So yeah, the stop loss on the 1 hour looks awful, looks so big, looks too big, but it's more of a long-term play. Okay, I plan on holding this for maybe even a couple of weeks. Okay, it even looks okay on the daily chart. See, this is usually how my stop loss looks like on the 1 hour chart with the old strategy that I'm, by the way, still trading for anyone that joined recently. So this is more of a, again, long-term play. Why? Because the fundamentals take quite a while to play out. They take quite a while to to basically get priced in. And you can get a lot of oscillations, you can get a lot of drawdowns, and then the price finally goes into the fundamentally forecasted direction. Okay. The problem is that I'm paying swaps. Both of these positions, I'm actually paying swaps. Not big swaps, kind of minimal swaps, but the longer I hold them, the more swaps I need to pay. That's the downside. Mubarak says check the euro and the US dollar. Sure. So 1 hour, very bullish. We did have the meeting, okay, ECB interest rate decision. The actual number was the same as the forecast. Previous was 2.9. There was an interest rate cut, okay. That is actually bearish for the euro. So if you guys don't know, and this is the most important event you can have, just for me to mention that. Okay, the most important event you can have, news event for a currency, is a central bank meeting or an interest rate decision. Okay, interest rate decision. Very important. Interest rates. If they go down, the price of the currency, in this case the euro, goes down. If the interest rates go up, the price of the euro should go up. So if the interest rate went down, why did euro go up? Well, That is because it is not really important the number that comes in right here. What is important is the document that comes out when this number comes out. And in the document are future projections. Okay. So I've done a lot of research on central banks. I've done a lot of research on interest rates. And don't focus on the actual number. The actual number is not that important. Okay. What is important is what is the forecast for the future? What is the projection for the future? Is the central bank concerned with inflation? Is the central bank concerned with the GDP? If they are concerned with inflation, interest rates will go up. The value of the currency will go up. If they are concerned with the GDP, the growth, the economic growth, that is the economic growth. That is how much money a specific country is making, or the citizens of that country, how much money they are making in 1 year. If they are concerned with growth, if they want to stimulate growth, if they want to increase the growth, well, then they lower rates, they cut interest rates, and the value of the currency goes down. Okay, that's the general rule. Value of the currency goes down. So probably, why did the euro go up in value? Right here, why did it go up? When there was a cut. So a cut of interest rates is a bearish move for the euro, but we went up. Well, the reason is probably the forecast, the projection for the future was that there will be higher interest rates. Okay, so there possibly will be higher interest rates in the future because the central bank is concerned about inflation, right? So the number that comes out is not the most important. The most important number is the future projections. What is my forecast? Well, the euro US dollar is fundamentally very bullish if I looked at that correctly. Let me just quickly take a look at the Edge Finder. Again, why do I like the Edge Finder? Well, because it has everything I need in one software, so it saves me a lot of time. Present, share, right there. Okay. Saves me a lot of time. I don't need to crunch the numbers. I don't need to look at 150 different websites. Everything is here. Okay. Top setups. Euro US dollar. Bullish. See, commitment of traders. So the bigger players. Commitment of traders is the document that comes out, I think, once per month. I'm going to have to check that. But a document that tells you what are the bigger players doing. And in this case, they're actually buying the euro US dollar. Retail is positive. That means retail is actually short on the euro and US dollar, and you want to do the exact opposite. Okay, you want to do the opposite of what the retail is doing. Seasonality, this is a cool thing. We can take a look at it once again. Month of year. Yeah. Okay, so not the best month to be going long. See, usually the only good month is kind of January. What is this? July and December. Most months are actually negative. So yeah, in this is a 10-year average. So in the last 10 years, in most months, euro US dollar actually lost value. Okay, so that's interesting. That's interesting to see. And you have all of these other numbers. I'm not going to go through every single one. That would be pretty boring. Okay, so I'm not going to bother you too much with the fundamentals. Let's get back to TradingView. But the more I've been trading, fundamentals are so important. I mean, it's what moves the market. Okay, it's just what moves the market. If you know them, it's a great edge that you can have. It's a great extra confluence. I know it's boring. I know you don't want to do it. I know it's hard. There's a lot of data and it all doesn't make sense, but that is why it works, because 99% of the people don't want to put in the work. They don't want to look into it. They don't want to research it. So they don't have a trading edge. Mubarak says, thank you. I was confused why it goes up when the rates are cut. Yeah, so it's exactly what I mentioned. The actual number is bearish so the actual number was bearish for the euro US dollar. But the actual number doesn't matter. What matters is the future projections. Okay, future projections, and they are obviously so the central bank ECB is obviously concerned with inflation. There are obviously inflation concerns. So that is why the euro US dollar went up. So yeah, getting back to the charts. Let's see. So we covered EU. I'm bullish. Fundamentals are bullish. Technicals are bullish. Looking very good. Looking very strong. Moving up with a lot of force. Okay. Very nice. I would be looking for buy setups if the momentum does continue. Okay. If the momentum continues up, I shall look for buy setups. A little bit of a break of structure in the most recent price action. Okay. Breaking and retracing, not the best, but we can continue. Keep in mind, very important, NFP, non-farm payrolls. So you have first central bank meetings. Number one most volatile news event, number one most important news event. Second one is the non-farm payrolls, NFP. Okay. And then you have CPI, PPI, and blah, 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 blah. You have a lot of other stuff. But central bank meetings and non-farm payrolls, very, very important, very volatile. My cutoff time, because it's such a volatile event that I don't want to be taking a trade right before NFP. So my cutoff time is around 1 in the morning on NFP Friday. Okay. So this is when I have my cutoff time. See right there. I stop trading. If I'm in any positions, so for my current positions, I will just keep monitoring them. Okay, I'll just keep monitoring those positions, and that will be about it. I won't take any new trades. For now, again, I have now two strategies. I have the old one on only the 1 hour chart. I have the new one on fundamentals and the 4 hour, the daily. Maybe for the new one, I'll actually be more lenient on NFP. But for now, I'm being very careful altogether. EJ. Well, we were ascending. It was a pretty nice formation. Pretty nice formation right there. A bearish pattern. So I was definitely looking for shorts. I was looking for some short setups. We just never got anything that was super high probability. Okay. We just never got that big sell-off. We never got that big red candle right here for me to take a break and retest. We never got a flag. So I didn't get any opportunities. Right now, it looks a bit corrective. It looks a bit range bound. Let me check on the edge finder. Boom, boom. Let's see. I think it's kind of bearish, maybe neutral. Yeah, EJ is neutral. So the fundamentals for EJ are kind of neutral. I'm leaving this pair alone. Okay, I don't really like what's happening. I think it's looking pretty corrective. So I'm being more patient. AU, it's continuing up. It's tough to see because I did have a trade. So for anyone that joined a bit late, I did take a buy setup. 15 pips. It was actually here on this level. So I did take a buy setup right there. And I got taken out by just 2 pips. And now the price is continuing on without me it is what it is. It's part of the game. Aussie US dollar fundamentally very bullish, or kind of bullish. No, actually, sorry. I think I made a mistake. It's actually neutral. The USD. The pound US dollar is bullish. Yeah, Aussie US dollar is neutral. Okay, Aussie US dollar is neutral. This is starting to look a bit corrective here on the top. Let me see the 4 hour. 4 hour, yes, we had a nice uptrend, but starting to pause a little bit. So not looking the greatest, not looking the best. It's not on my watch list. AJ is pretty similar to EJ. Maybe some people did take a short right there. I personally didn't like it. It didn't fit my personal plan because we were descending. Okay. So the price looked very descending actually. I wouldn't take a trade here. The formation was a bit better on the New Zealand Japanese yen, which I will take a look, I think, in like 5 minutes. But AJ, nah, not for me. Not for me. It wasn't for me. Just looked a bit weak. Looked like it started to descend. Okay, and now it's looking a bit flat. Not on the watch list. It's not looking interesting, to be honest. Let's see the fundamentals. I have it here in the background. AJ very bearish. Okay, very bearish fundamentals. 4 hour daily. Yeah, approaching this low. I mean, it's moving down. See, it's moving in line with the fundamentals. It's definitely overall grinding lower. Okay, grinding, trying to move lower. But in the most recent price action, just not that interesting. So I would look for, the best thing would be a large drop and then a sell. Okay. That would be a good option. So a large drop and then a sell setup. Until that happens, I will be more patient. Of course, tomorrow is NFP Friday, the first Friday of the month. A very important news event. I will be closely watching it to adjust my fundamental analysis. We'll see what will happen. Next one. Pound US dollar. On this 1 hour chart, there were a couple of opportunities actually. So if you were looking at the pound US dollar on the 1 hour, you could have gotten in a flag right there. It was an okay flag, not gonna lie. And also the fundamentals were very bullish. Okay, so this was a flag. I actually would have taken this if I woke up. So this happened during the night. As you can see, the entry is at 4 in the morning. So let me try to explain how I would structure a trade with this new strategy on the pound and US dollar. So we first have an uptrend on the 1 hour, right? Or first, let's see the fundamentals. So stop sharing. Edge Finder, present, share, boom, boom, boom. Give me a second. Okay, let's see it. Pound US dollar. When did this happen? The entry happened on 5th of March, yesterday morning. Yesterday, very bullish score. See, when it's at like above 10, that's very bullish. So it was 11, 13, 11, very bullish. First criteria fulfilled. That's nice. That's exactly what I want to see. So the fundamentals are good. Back to trading view. 1 hour chart. Are there any entries? Yes, there is a very nice flag. There's actually an uptrend and then a flag. I mean, it's not the greatest. So for my OG strategy, this wouldn't fit the plan for the OG strategy because of a large wick and a bit of selling pressure. But for this new one, I would be happy to take this. Stop loss, where would I put it? Well, I would take a look at the 4-hour. I would go on the 4-hour. I would most likely put the stop loss right here below this low, or maybe even below these lows. But let's say, okay, let's say even worst case scenario, I would go below these lows. Okay, let's put it right there. I think I would put it there, but let's say I put it here. And that's about it. That's the trade. I mean, big stop loss, 111 pips. It's pretty big. And then I would just wait to see what would happen. I would trail it either on the 4-hour or the daily. Price did actually continue. And now my stop loss, I would probably move it right there. I think I would. I would definitely move it in profit. And it would be running around 1%. That's not the greatest, I know. But again, we're looking at it, or I'm looking at it for the long term. Couple of days, maybe even a week or two. Okay, maybe even a week or two. And if this does continue, this can play out to be a nice big winner on the 4-hour. Okay. So that is how I would have done it. I didn't take it. I was asleep. I'm not gonna be waking up every single hour catching setups. It's too much work, and I need my sleep. If I have to like go to the bathroom, take a piss, I'll look at the charts, but I won't specifically wake up every single hour. Maybe I'll set an alarm at like 4 in the morning if the charts are really active. So 1 year, I think in 2022, I was waking up basically every other night for at least once or twice. It was exhausting. It was pretty awful. So I don't want to repeat that, and I have decided that I'm going to try to sleep through the whole night, not really think about trading, get my rest. I don't want to die when I'm 32 years old, okay? Because if you don't get quality sleep, your whole life gets fucked, basically. So, and I just got demonetized, so that's amazing as well. What you're gonna do? So, pretty nice uptrend still. I mean, fundamentals still very bullish. I'm getting a very high, very good score of the fundamentals. Break of structure, yes, a bit of a pause, but actually, I like it. I'm gonna put it on my watch list. European people have it easy because they are awake during London and US session. Yes, but in my trade journal, I actually have a lot of trades I've taken in the Asia session. So I'm in Europe, I'm in Croatia. That's like London +1. But I have taken a lot of entries in the Asia session. I don't know why. It's just the way it goes. So it's kind of I think the European time zone is the best. I'm not gonna lie. I do think living either in London or around London, your trading hours are the best. But again, some people may actually prefer to be in Asia if they are trading more of the Aussie pairs, more of the yen pairs. Some people may prefer to be in the US. But if you want the best session or the best, let's say, place to live if you're a trader, I do think Europe, London especially, is the best in terms of sleeping. I wouldn't want to live in London. I don't like London in terms of like to move there. But if you want to be a trader, it's pretty good for waking up during the night. England is cool, London not so much. Okay, pound US dollar, I'm still bullish. That's kind of it. I know some people were looking at some break and retests right here. Maybe they were setting their orders right there for a retest after this momentum. I wasn't. We had a huge wick, pretty big, pretty massive wick. So large wick, huge wick, lots of weakness, doesn't fit the plan. So I stayed out of that. NJ was interesting. Like 2 hours ago, it looked pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I was this close to taking a short. Very close. So again, I have two strategies now. For the first one, this was very good. very nice sell-off, pullback, no shift in momentum, continuation of the momentum, break of the low with force, but the break here was just a little bit too small. Okay, the breakout was just a little bit too small for me. It showed me weakness, and I just did not want to take a trade. So first strategy, it was done. It was out. Okay. Second strategy, I can be a bit more lenient with the entries. So I did consider placing my sell limit right there. Fundamentals are bearish. Let me double check on that, but they must be. If I go to Edge Finder, NZD JPY, yeah, they're bearish. It's -8. Retail is bullish, so I'm bearish. Seasonality is -1. GDP is negative. Employment change is negative. So yeah, those are kind of the. We have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 things that the software is looking at. Okay, back on the charts. In terms of the second strategy, this could have been a play. So this was a nice break and retest. I would put my stop loss somewhere around here above this high. Check on the 4-hour. Is it a good placement? Yeah, I would say it's a pretty significant high level. And I would say if the price breaks out of that, we could flip bullish. So I did like that as a structure. Let me go back. Come on, you can do it. The reason I didn't take it is it would be expensive. Okay, it would be expensive. And I also have a Swiss yen short. So it would be double exposure. Again, double exposure. I don't like that really. And swaps would be more expensive on NZD JPY than on Swiss yen if it's a long-term position. If I'll be holding it for a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks, I don't want to pay a huge amount of swaps. So I decided against that. It would be in some heavy drawdown now if I did take it. So yeah, for the first strategy, this break was not big enough. For the second strategy, I didn't like the double exposure. I'm already short Swiss yen. Okay. What is my forecast for NZD JPY? It's bearish. I mean, the fundamentals are bearish. This is a bit of a relief rally, you could say. So if we look at the daily, still pretty bearish. We're moving down. This could be a bit of a pullback before we do continue moving down like that. Okay. 1 hour. It's looking a bit corrective now. Look, the 1 hour doesn't look the best. What would I need to see to be interested in short setups? I would need to see a big sell-off. I would definitely need to see a big sell-off on NZD JPY to confirm the downtrend, to confirm the selling pressure, to give me more confidence, and then I would look for some high probability sell setups. That's about it. Swiss yen we did. Gold we did. We're approaching the end of the stream. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put them in the comment section. If you want to check out the software that I have started using in my live trading, it's called the Edge Finder. I have a 15% discount code, MARKO. If you want to use it, all of the information is in the description of this video. But now I'll do some quick analysis of some other instruments, such as the S&P. Okay, we did cover it, I think, 30 minutes ago, but let's do it again. Very bearish right now. Okay, this is exactly the signature I don't want to see. Momentum is down. Momentum is down. What are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are not the best. You have tariffs. You have people being scared. You have some like, let's say, information about the Russia-Ukraine war, and people are scared of that as well. So not the best story. The growth, the GDP growth is not the best in the US, at least from what I can remember. We can take a look at the Edge Finder. You can even see that, but I'll quickly take a look. So US economic heat map, GDP growth, it has gone down. It used to be 3.1, now it's 2.3. So if the economy is shrinking, if the economy GDP is going down, it's not good for stocks. Stocks like it when the economy is booming. Okay, stocks like it when the economy is booming. Okay, and again, that sell-off, we have kind of broken this ascending channel. I'm bearish. NAS 100, look, NASDAQ follows the S&P. NASDAQ is pretty bearish right now, and I don't like it. Silver. Silver is pretty flat technically right here. I think it looks pretty flat. I think it looks pretty corrective. Gold is much better. If you're looking at metals, gold is looking much better. Bitcoin recovering a bit. This was pretty funny, this rally to the upside. When did this happen? Oh my God, it was on a Sunday. So there was some talk of the US having a crypto reserve, and it was a massive pump during the weekend, which is pretty funny, and then a massive dump. See? Massive pump, massive pump, and a massive dump to the downside. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now we're flat. Not doing much. Bearish. A lot of bearish momentum right there. What do you need to know about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a risk on asset. That means Bitcoin follows stocks. When the stocks are booming, when the stocks are doing good, especially NASDAQ, especially tech stocks, technology stocks, Bitcoin tends to go up as well. See, look at the Bitcoin daily chart, look at the NASDAQ daily chart. See, they are crashing at the same time, pretty much simultaneously. Crashing, recovering, not really. I'm bearish on Bitcoin. So if I'm bearish on stocks, that means I'm bearish on Bitcoin as well. Ethereum is really bad. Ethereum is just crashing lower. I did pick up some Ethereum, I think, at this level. Not my greatest decision. It's now minus 40%. Holy shit. That's quite a lot. So looks like it's a really small position, so don't worry. But I did pick it up right there, and I'm in some deep drawdown. So Ethereum looks really horrible. DXY crashing lower. The dollar is losing a lot of strength. Okay, very, very bearish. This is the exact signature that I really, or this price action is really strong as a bearish signal. Okay, really, really strong bearish signal right there. Very bearish. Big, large red candles, clean close, clean close, clean close, massive momentum. I would expect more downside. I would definitely expect more downside on the DXY. Growth is looking not the best. Let me see inflation. Inflation, I don't really have a clear reading on here. But again, the dollar just seems to be losing a lot of steam. So all of the gains that have been made are quickly going down, which is interesting because Trump wants a weak dollar. Trump actually wants this to happen. Trump wants to keep the value of the dollar low so that he can attract foreign investment. So maybe this was his plan. Maybe this is all a part of his plan in terms of the stock market and the dollar index. So we will see. Also, this may force the Fed to cut interest rates, which Trump also wants. Okay, if the growth is bad, if the GDP is bad, the Fed will need to lower interest rates to spike growth, to raise GDP, to raise economic growth. So, and Trump wants to keep the interest rates low because it'll be cheap to borrow money. And if it's cheap to borrow money, you can borrow the money, invest it into real estate, and the economy booms. Okay, the economy expands. So it's good for, let's say, investors, contractors, builders. They want low interest rates, so it is very cheap for them to basically take money out. How do you? A bank lends them money, so yeah, I would expect more downside. U.S. oil, well, it's crashing lower. Crashing lower. Maybe the price of gas will be cheaper. I don't know. I'm not an expert in oil at all. I don't know anything about oil. What I do know is there was a big pump when Trump was elected, and then a big dump. Okay. Big pump, big dump. Definitely had to do with Trump getting elected. Okay. There was definitely some influence from Trump getting elected that this price action happened. It was with the same with Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin basically had a rally right there, and then it just crashed. It is what it is. And that would be about it. So the pair that's looking the best, my, let's say, chart of the day, which is something that Trader Nick does, I think it's a pretty good concept. My chart of the day is going to be the pound and the US dollar. Why? It is fundamentally very strong, fundamentally very good. Technically very good as well. The 1 hour chart looks pretty clean. We have a little bit of a break of structure, okay, right here. But the momentum is going up. Pullbacks are small, okay? So small pullbacks, very strong bullish momentum. That's nice. That's nice. I would like to see the bullish momentum continue up, and then I would be looking for some buy setups. That's my chart of the day. That looks the best. Don't forget, guys, NFP, non-farm payrolls. Okay, very important news event. It is tomorrow. Samart says, hi Marco, today I got a payout from Darwinex, 990 euros. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's really good. So which trade did you take for that? And how much do you have under allocation? Do you have like 30K or do you have more? Anyway, that's a really nice amount. Congrats. If anyone wants to check out Darwinex, I have a link in the description. You can sign up using that. If you want to help out the channel, there's even a discount code in there. So yeah, definitely check it out. I like Darwinex. I like what they're doing. And it's a great platform to build a track record and to attract investors in the future. Index UHDQ. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll just stop sharing this. I'll share a new one right there. Okay. Actually, let me not share it because I need to log in first. Yeah, let me not share it yet. Stop sharing. So Darwinex Classic. I'm going to take a look at your ticker. I really like doing that. I do follow THA, which is like the top guy on Darwinex. He has the most capital. He's doing really, really good. Okay, we are logged in. Let's present, share. UHDQ. Let's see it. Darwinia UHDQ. Ah, here it is. It's great. It's great. Let me see the underlying strategy. Can I do it? No. Okay, so because you're with 0. Okay. If you're with Darwinex Classic, you can see the underlying strategy. If you are with Darwinex 0, you can only see the ticker. You can only see this. You can only see this. So you started in 2024. You started in October. 13%. Very nice. What's your max drawdown? 6%. That's a good return to drawdown ratio. Okay, around 2.07 return to risk. Very nice. And you made money in January, made money in February, March a little bit negative, but still very good. So nice work. Definitely nice work. Let me go back. Congrats on the payout. It's a massive payout. Usually Darwinex has lower payouts because you only get 15% of the profit split. So with FTMO, you get 90% of the profits. With Darwinex, you only get 15. But again, Darwinex is a long-term game. You're trying to build a track record. You're trying to attract investors. You're trying to attract investor capital. So yeah, that would be about it for the, and it's a, let me just mention this, on Wall Street for hedge funds, basically that is the fee. They take 15%. So that is the classic fee for hedge funds. If you have a hedge fund, people invest in you, you trade the money, you make profits, you only get 15% of the profits. That's just how it goes. In the real world, prop firms are basically casinos. We know that prop firms make all of their money from the challenge fees, and the winning traders get paid out from the challenge fees straight from the pockets of the prop firms. So the prop firm really doesn't want you to make any money, because if you make money, they lose money. Yeah, no worries, Samart. Thank you very much for tuning in and following the live stream. Thank you everyone else for doing that as well. I'll see you guys next week, Thursday. I think it'll be the same time as today. Again, I usually switch it between 4 p.m. London time or 5 p.m. London time. I think we're going to stick to 4 p.m. But any update, if you guys want to get updates on the live stream schedules, follow me on Instagram. Okay. In the description of the live stream, there will be my Instagram. It's Marcos Trading Journey. That's the handle. Follow me on there. I post a story, I post an update, and I tell you exactly when I will be live streaming. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.